everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you haven't noticed, the background is different, and that's because I moved. So this is my first recipe video in my new place. It's really exciting, and I'm kind of getting used to like different lighting and stuff like that, so bear with me. But in today's video, we're making 3 different healthy ice creams. I did one last year that was really popular. We made mint chip, peanut butter chocolate swirl, and strawberry. So I'll leave that video down below. I've come up with a new base for like my summer ice creams this year. It's delicious. It's got a little secret ingredient that you're not going to be able to taste, but it's going to add lots of nutrients in it for you. So if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe as well so you don't miss any future videos, and head on over to Instagram as well, because I'm going to be doing more flavors of this ice cream because we make a base and then I'm going to add different flavors to it. So you don't want to miss all of those in the next couple weeks. So make sure you head on over there. And yeah, I think that's it. Let's go ahead and make some delicious ice cream. So to make the base, I'm using cauliflower, which is rich in choline. That's going to improve your memory. It's also an anti-inflammatory. And then I'm using banana as well, which has potassium, great for your circulation and also boosts your energy. To make the base nice and creamy and rich, I'm using the thick part of a can of coconut milk. So you want to put it in the fridge overnight so that the thinner part and then the thick liquid separates, and you just scoop out all of the thick part from the can into the blender. And I love this combo because you get a bit of veggies in from the cauliflower, but then you get a little bit of sweetness from the banana, and then the coconut milk makes it really nice and rich. So the first flavor we are making is salted caramel. So to make the caramel sauce, I'm using 1 cup of thick coconut cream along with 1 cup of coconut sugar. Now I love coconut sugar because it's lower on the glycemic index and it is an unrefined sugar. So it's a great healthier sugar to use. So you just whisk that together until it brings it to a boil, and then once it's to a boil, you put it down to simmer for 10 to 15 minutes and you will get this nice thick caramel sauce. So after I've blended all that up, I'm going to layer it in my mason jar with my caramel sauce. Now you can use any kind of container that you like, or of course you can just eat this right away, but I'm making a bunch of them that I'm going to store in the freezer. So then you just drizzle some of the caramel sauce on top and it tastes so good. And I like to layer it too so that we can kind of swirl it in, and so you get some on like all the different bites, and whenever you scoop it out, you're going to get a little bit of caramel. So you can just fill up your container and do little layers of caramel over the top, and then any extra caramel sauce you can always put a lot more in or just save it for any other use. I sprinkled a little bit of sea salt on the top too because salted caramel is delish. Is it just me, or is salted caramel just that much better than regular caramel? I feel like it definitely is. Let's have a taste. Oh my god. There's like a drizzle of caramel. Oh my god, it's gonna be so good. Wow. That sea salted caramel drizzle really makes a difference. The swirl in the ice cream, this is delicious. For the next flavor, we are making cookie dough, which is probably one of my favorite ice cream flavors growing up. So to make the cookie dough chunks, I'm starting off with some almond flour. I love it because it's have like a higher fat content, so it's going to satiate you, plus it's full of fiber. Then I'm adding in a pinch of sea salt along with some coconut sugar, about a tablespoon just for a little bit of sweetness. And then I'm adding in a splash of vanilla for flavor, and vanilla is also super high in antioxidants. Stirring that together and then adding in a couple of tablespoons of chocolate chips and folding that in until it gets all in the batter. I'm using my fingers to make little cookie dough chunks that we're just going to place in the freezer for a little bit so that we can layer them into our ice cream. You don't have to freeze them beforehand, but I just feel like it helps them harden up a little bit. And then once again with my jar, and guys, look how creamy that ice cream looks. It's delicious. You could have it right out of the blender as soft serve, or if you want it a bit harder, you just have to put it back in the freezer for a few minutes so it can harden up. And you just layer on your cookie dough chunks. And guys, I'm even getting hungry watching this because it just looks so delicious. And layering it with more of our ice cream. Now, it is thick once you do it, but because I was filming and doing all the little different flavors, it did melt a little bit. So like I said, if you want it to be a bit harder, just pop it back into the freezer. Then I'm just finishing off the top with a few more cookie dough chunks. And I love the cookie dough chunks because they're not super high in sugar, but the healthy fats are going to help satisfy that craving, and they're not going to leave you hungry. You're just going to feel like you're having delicious cookie dough ice cream. All right, guys, let's go in for the taste. The cookie dough chunks taste just like cookie dough, plus the base isn't too sweet, but you got a little bit from the banana, the creaminess of the coconut. You definitely don't taste the cauliflower. I think this one is going to be like my favorite because of all the big cookie dough chunks. And lastly, we are making this blueberry lavender. So to the base, I'm adding in a couple teaspoons of culinary lavender. I just got it at Whole Foods, but you can also get it on Amazon. Stirring that in, and then I also blended in half a cup of blueberries. You can use fresh or frozen into the base as well. So then I'm just putting that all into my container, and then I'm going to finish off the top with just a few blueberries for decoration and a little bit of dried lavender as well. And last but not least is our blueberry lavender, which I have high hopes for, and I think like the floral note is going to be really good. Sorry, it's hard to like dig into this with one hand. I'm going to put it down. Now, if it gets hard, because this one wasn't like, it's been in the freezer, just like warm it up or let it stand at room temperature for a few minutes. It's floral, but the notes of lavender isn't too overpowering, but it's just really different than anything I've had before or that I see in stores. And I think with the blueberry, it complements it well too. You could do different berry, but I think blueberry and lavender really go together. Well, this one's really nice. And I feel like it's sophisticated too because it's lavender. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. Let me know what your favorite ice cream flavor is down below so I can make it in a future video, or I can make it on Instagram, something like that. My favorite, I think if I had to choose one, it would be mint chip. I love mint chip, especially in the summer because it's super refreshing. So if you want to see that one is down below. Yeah. I hope you guys are all having a great day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.